Welcome, folks, back to Final Fantasy XI. It has been a week since we've been here. Yeah, last week was just with the snowstorms and things that were going on. It just wasn't gonna happen. And this week seems to be better. Although, well, more snow is in the forecast up here. So hopefully everyone's doing well. It's warmed up here. The snow is gone. All that snow we were worried about it's gone. It's amazing how quickly it can melt when things get just slightly above freezing. But anyway, we have a mission to do. A wonderful mission. Let me just get the wiki open. We have a mission. A double mission, actually. Let's say it's a double mission. It's a double mission. It really is a double mission. It's a double mission. But first, as usual, we have to talk to our gate guard here. And our mission, I believe, is called the Infiltrate Davoi mission. The Davoi report is 2-2. Mission 2-2, which is a repeatable one that we thankfully don't have to actually do, because it's not that great. You've come at just the right time. Prince Tryon wanted a word with you. Seems he's heard of when you received your adventurer certificate. Head to the chambers of Prince Tryon inside the Chateau d'Oriangel as soon as you are presentable. So I suppose we should head there. Now, much like Final Fantasy XIV at this point, I've got some Archangel's armor. Just merely because it's actually some pretty decent looking armor. And it was for the Adventurers points. Just your daily login rewards points this month. Or last month. It was actually I think those technically were November's rewards. I know, yeah, December's rewards points should be going live sometime soon, and that's got some interesting things in there. Massive amounts of trusts. For one, we'll be able to pick up Shantoto 2, among others. Yeah, our equipment is still actually pretty solid as far as all things can be considered. Yeah, the next armor isn't until 35, which is a bit unfortunate. I know for the next mission, the next major mission, okay, 2 missions from now, which is the Magicite mission. 4-1. That's the complicated one. That's the complicated one. 4-1. 4-1's gonna need a lot of prep work, actually. Prep work, and I believe the ideal is to be Because at the same time, our level 60 limit breaks, so we need to... There's a lot of things we can do by the time we get to 4-1. But we won't worry about that for now. G7. G7. Okay, we just need to head up here. Okay. That is apparently not the way we go. This must be the way we go. Here we are. The Prince Royal's room. Recognios! Many are those who speak of your triumphs in the name of Sandoria. And I've heard much of your journeys abroad, and how you fought nether beasts in the lair of the enemy. So, the return of the Shadow Lord is at hand. Perhaps never will the hand of evil be banished from this world. But always will the righteous stand up and face it. Am I not right? The Royal Knights have a single purpose: to exterminate the orcs who ravage our lands. We've set forth scouts already to the orcish stronghold of Davoi. They are to report the orcs' numbers, map the territory, find their supply lines. Once such knowledge is ours, we shall strike. But the scouts' report has not arrived. What could this mean? What? The Temple Knights have also sent scouts to Davoi. On whose orders? Paiju. I knew it. What madness had made him do this? But we must not be dismayed. I want you to head to Davoi straight away. Seek the Royal Knight Grebekond and take his Royal Knight's Davoi report. Now make haste! So, personal commission from the Prince himself. It's not the first time we've encountered said Prince, but it's the first time we've received direct orders from him. Let us leave. Yes, let us leave the chateau. Now, before we begin the process of going to Davoi, which is easy enough to do, you're gonna want to pick up one or two things. We're gonna want to pick up some prism powders, silent oils, and deodorizers. Those can be picked up from any Moogle. What's their faces? It's one of the Moogles who, he sells items. He sells mostly ammunitions and things near some of the Mog houses. I think he's a Curio Moogle. I think that's what they're called. Regardless, you're gonna want to pick those up, and also perhaps the most useful, one of, I should say, if I can get my words straight, the most useful macros you'll ever make is this one here. This automatically uses all 3 of them. And I've discovered about 4 seconds is the required time in order to use the items. Why? I'm entirely not sure, but that's just what it is. But now we have to get to Davoi, which is easy enough to do. Especially if you've been following exactly where we need to go to do things. First of all, we need to go to Lathane Plateau. Specifically here, the survival guide. And there's multiple reasons we picked it up. This particular one. Because Davoi is literally just around the corner. So we exit the map from Lathane into Jungir Forest. I think it's Jungir. I think that's what they call it. That's how it's pronounced. Because Davoi is, I believe, down here. It's down here. And Jungir Forest is not the worst place to try and navigate, but it can be pretty bad at times. That's a field manual. That's not what we're looking for. Being in the mid-30s means most things are still pretty easy prey, all things considered. Which is good. I've already forgotten what my combination was for auto run. There it is. Technically, we should probably want to pick up this as well. Which we should be able to do. Also, look at these tree ants. I thought the ones in Final Fantasy XIV were disturbing looking, and then I saw these things and I'm like, good God. Those things are terrifying. Absolutely terrifying. See, we need to go to the right now. Yes. We should encounter the river. And there it is, the river. Davoi is just to our south. Actually, quite a ways to our south, but we should be fine. I will say this. This version of the forest is not the worst to navigate. It's when we get into the Wings of the Goddess storyline that things are going to get complicated very fast when it comes to this jungle. And navigating that is just... Wings of the Goddess has some very complicated to navigate maps. But that's kind of to be expected. Now that we've acquired that, we now have a fast way to get into the forest. At least I believe Davoi's found this direction of the river. Which, as we can see, it's a very shallow river, but it is a river nonetheless. And actually, the forest here has a very interesting aesthetic. It's more jungle. It's definitely more of a jungle aesthetic than anything else. Then I'd say forest. And now we're starting to see a little bit more of the habitations. I thought Davoi was over here. Is it across the river? Is Davoi across the river? I swore it was like over here. Or is it down the other way? K6. G12. Ah. I always get a little confused. I always get a little confused. Landfish. It's actually over here rather than over here. I always forget which of the legs it's down. Which one of these rabbit legs or... Just gotta look for the little habitations from the orcs. You know, those little palisade walls they put up. Which is more than what most of the other beast tribes will do. I mean... The aggro don't build palisade walls. And oddly enough, neither do the XIV. Just the orcs. Just the orcs. See, it was a waste of time. I assumed that because the orcs, too, were searching for something that... Well, no matter. The fact is, someone else was looking for the sword. Either they got to it first, or... I must inquire with my sister. At her coming of age, she learned all there was to know about the sword from our father. Nuisance. Will you lend me a hand, Vodamin? I know my sister's left something for me, and I intend to find it. This is Davoi. There's a few things we need to do in order to go places. H7. He's around H7. It's H7. I forget if he's in the upper section of Davoi or not. He's got to be, so he's somewhere around here. Davoi we have to be careful of, because there are archers. There are some definitely very deadly archers. Let's see, and the other one we need to go to is the disused well. I believe. Yeah, the disused well, which is located here. This is probably the most difficult one to get to, is this place here. Because to get here, we have to go around to here. It's not as straightforward as it looks. But the most important thing, and why I always forget how to get to Davoi, is because now we've picked up the survival guide. We no longer need to worry about that. We can just teleport right here, which is going to be so handy. Why did my invisibility wear off? That should not have worn off. Ah. Invisibility is probably the last one that should be applied. That's what did it. Order of operations. There's a couple of ways we could go about this. Just got to keep an eye out for specifically, I believe they're called Orcish Archers. They are level 99. They are not to be trifled with, because they are level 99, and they are apparently very easy. Well, everything in here is extremely easy to aggro. And is well beyond our level currently. In fact, this is a good spot to grind, I want to say in the 40s for a little bit. Especially these bees. These bees are actually pretty decent for some early level 30 grinding. But if you're not careful, you will just get massacred. New challenge is to kill some undead. Do we really want to do that? Probably not right now. These bats are also pretty good. Mid 30-ish grinding if you really wanted to. Though it's very, very easy to anger some orcs. Like tons of them. We should be able to scan for our friend. There he is. Now I have to remember how to turn off invisibility. Come back here, Quarmond. I really don't want to fight these guys. Come back here. Come back here, my good sir. What? I apologize, but I'm in quite a hurry. What's this? You ordered by Prince Tryon to return with the report? Wonderful. To tell you the truth, I've been lost for the past few days. I can't make heads or tails of where I'm going in this dreadful place. Without this vital report, the Royal Knights will be in the dark. Your assistance is greatly appreciated. Here's the report. Now hurry back! Deep in Davoi, the Royal Knight Bernal and his Taru companion are waiting for assistance. You must make haste and deliver this report to Prince Tryon. That's the easy one. Now that we're back invisible, like I said, we now have to make our way very carefully around. Because with this, oh, there's their siege engine. The orcs and their siege engines. They do so love their siege engines. They do so love their siege engines. And they're the only ones that build siege engines, too. The XIV, they don't. Of course, could be argued, being turtle people, they themselves are basically heavily armored infantry. So why would they need siege engines? Plus, they're tunnelers. So it's not like they need giant siege engines. Same thing with Ugudo. You know, being the bird people, they're not as heavily armored as, say, the XIV are. But they are much more magically inclined than the orcs seem to be. Not only are they more magically inclined, they're also more mystical arts. Let's say that. We head south. Yeah, they're much more ninja-like than the orcs as well. Let's see, and then we have to take a right here. Well, we would take a right if we could take a right. Fred. We did need to go around. It's not going to let us in the water, is it? No. That means we needed to go the other way around. Sneak is about to wear off. I don't know which one that is. Oh, that's our sound. Should be our silent powder. There we go. There we go. So we gotta go a longer way round than what I thought. Which is to be expected, to be honest. So if we head to the left here, we just need to get back to that central area in Davoi again. And this time stick to the water. Because I pulled a very stupid move and not sticking to that, apparently. Navigating Davoi can just be painful a little. Just a little. Let's see, that's... that doesn't work either. Nope, that works exactly. Okay. There we go. Now we're in the right water. Unfortunately, deodorites is worn off. Fortunately, I don't think any of these monsters navigate, or should I say aggro, by smell, so that shouldn't be a problem. At least they shouldn't navigate by smell. Almost there. Almost there. War lizards. And it should be just a straight to our southeast. If I'm remembering correct, my first time I made my way through here, was particularly bad. Because I believe these lizards are in fact aggressive. Like, amazingly aggressive. Oh, that blueberry bulge. Oh, no. Don't tell me that's an NM. Oh, don't tell me that's an NM. Don't tell me an NM has spawned right next to it. He's a level 45 NM. Someone spawned him. Because he's a lottery spawn. Oh, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Oh, this is the last thing we wanted to do. While unlocking Paladin, is have to worry about an NM spawning. That'll just... that's just gonna murder us. NMs are just terrible things to find. There's absolutely no information on him. I really don't want to have to fight him. Maybe I can be fast and just get to the well and use it. Okay. Ow, ow. That hurt. Alright, we don't have a choice. Fight. Fight or die. Those are our options. Yeah, this is probably going to go extremely poorly for us. We're slowly doing damage to him. But he hurts like a son of a Is always a way out. Thanks to the wall. We hit them earlier. There was no surviving. we were dead. Okay. Well, that was complicated. Let's put it that way. And that got us our other level, thanks to these records of eminence. I'm gonna go talk to the prince again, and that should finish up that mission. In Sandoria, northern Sandoria. Right there. Okay, so the far killers we saw were always the problem. For the level 99. Prince should be just where he belongs. Over here. They're back! Quick! Show me the report! What a report! We must send troops immediately! No. But wait. This matter requires more than royal knights. Confound it! We need the temple knights as well. Perfamod! We're a page in Corellia. Your Highness, Lady Corella is at the quarters of the Temple Knights. As for Prince Page... That's how it's pronounced, I think. Rachnios, your mission is over. Thank you. And with that mission is over. Now the next mission is actually going to be an extremely long one. And I anticipate we'll need all of next stream in order to even get close to it. Because it involves going entirely up Delphrock Tower in Quiffen Island. And it is a long one. That's a 10-floor dungeon. Where we have to go all the way up, kill an NM, and then head out. And there's a shorter way of doing it if you know someone who already has the key. Or someone who knows Tractor. And they can just pull you through doors. Unfortunately, we don't have either of those. But what we do have is to unlock Paladin. And then I've got some level grinding to do. Because I think we're definitely gonna want to hit, at the very least, hit the level 50 limit break next time. Not there. I know where he is. Not that one. Wrong shortcut. Wait, he is in southern Sandoria. Where am I going? I forgot. I forgot my navigation points. Right. To unlock the Paladin, we gotta go through southern Sandoria, not northern Sandoria. Good lord, I'm already getting my maps mixed up. Oh, dear me. Let's see where we're going to try and look up. Where is the leveling guide? Fantastic XP guide. For... See, Crawler's Nest is normally the place I go to. Yeah, Crawler's Nest is normally the place I go to until basically level 50. I mean, yeah, especially at the upper levels, like mid-40s onward, Crawler's Nest can take a little bit. Especially if you decide to take on... Oh, what are those things? The flying insect things. Those things can take a little bit in order to get a proper level or two out of them. But Crawler's Nest is a great place to go to once you hit 50. It's once we hit beyond 50 that things are gonna get complicated. Let's put it that way. Because I believe 50 to 60. The best place I've found for level grinding is... I think it's in Oddard Gone. So we might have to unlock Oddard Gone sooner than later. But there's a lot of setup for... There's a lot of setup for 4-1 anyway, before we even worry about the main story there. You've completed your task with flying colors. You're ready to become a knight, I believe. This is my gift to you, to commemorate this occasion. Accept it with an easy heart, for you have earned it. And we've now unlocked Paladin. The sole reason I've unlocked Paladin is because it is going to be somewhat useful as a sub-job for my planned playstyle for Red Mage, which is a more tanky build. The ideal thing that would happen is to replace Venereal, obviously, with myself. Red Mage can be surprisingly tanky with specific spells and setup. Although, as usual, the best sub-job for tanking is, surprising nobody, it's Blue Mage. But Blue Mage has its own set of setups that are annoying? Let's put it that way. It is annoying to try and get a Blue Mage setup. We might spend some time doing that later, at some point. Let's see. Technically, the next place we have to go, or where I want to go, or at least to unlock, show off a little bit for the level grinding beyond level 30. Is Crawler's Nest, as I was talking about earlier. So that requires us to go to Rolandberry Fields. Well, that's not what I wanted you to do, you silly thing. There it is, Rolling Berry Fields. It's just to our left. Should be just to our left. Yes. Because we have to go through Rolling Berry Fields in order to get to Crawler's Nest. I mean, technically, if we wanted to, we could unlock Wings of the Goddess right here. It's pretty simple to do so. So all that requires is going all the way up here to where this Atomos is. But that is a significantly more complicated later storyline, and is well beyond our level at this point. And across this bridge should bring us right to Rolling Berry Fields. Unfortunately for us, Crawler's Nest is quite a ways. Crawler's Nest is actually located here. No, it's not. It's actually located down here. Crawler's Nest is all the way down here. Now granted, all these things are in fact connected by survival guides, which we should grab if we can. And actually, the ideal way to be navigating this area would be with mounts. Unfortunately, I did suppress the mount music because it's a lot. Now, fortunately, that Atomos I was talking about isn't the only way to start Wings of the Goddess. Any one of these Atomoses will work. I believe all we have to do is examine that question mark spot. And that will, in fact, start the cutscenes. However, if we do that, whichever one of these Atomoses we utilize to start Wings of the Goddess, I think is the one that's the last one to activate, or something silly like that. It's definitely got some silliness going on to it. Oh no, that's the one that doesn't activate. It activates all the others, and you have to go around and manually activate the one, which is more complicated than you would think. And we basically follow this road to get to Crawler's Nest. Now the other thing this connects to is the Saramung Champagne. That's another location we should probably unlock, because that, I believe, connects to another one of the decent grinding areas, eventually. Castle Ozjao? Ozjao. I think that's how it's pronounced. Oh, we've got a ways to go yet. I can navigate. Next to there, which... Oh, the Garliage Citadel. That's where it connects to. Garliage Citadel is not a bad location to grind at either. In fact, I think that's one of those that's recommended. Okay. I was a little confused about that Quad Ave there. Yeah, the Garliage Citadel is another grinding location that's not a bad one. Astroja. That's what it is. Castle Astroja. To the Merford Mountains. Yeah, that's not a bad location if I remember correctly. For like... Yeah, some early level 20 grinding. Castle Ozja is actually pretty good. Especially if they've got an experience campaign going on. And now we have the fun bit, which is, I believe, navigating up to Crawler's Nest. Which is mostly because we have these cliffs. And ochos, also known as Marlboros. God, the Marlboros in 11 just are absolutely frightening. I mean, look at those teeth. Just, ugh. Not to mention they're surrounded by all these goblins. Which those goblins will just try and murder you. Also, look at the size of those berries. Can you imagine trying to eat one of those? That's like a 3 or 4 pound chunk of fruit. I believe Crawler's Nest is just around the corner, though. Just around the corner. It's in this cave. Now, you'll find, and this is probably why you might want to avoid Crawler's Nest a little bit. It is a well-known grinding spot. And it's so well-known that there's normally people in it all the time. Oh, what are you complaining about now? Oh, YouTube is complaining about something or another. It's claiming that my bitrate suddenly dropped. Huh. That shouldn't be the case. My bitrate should be significantly higher than that. Yeah, we're transmitting at a significantly higher bitrate. I don't know what it's complaining about. I'm transmitting at 15,000 kilobits per second. I don't know what it's complaining about. Oh, YouTube. Why you do this? Why you do this? Yeah, you're gonna wanna... If you're gonna grind at all... Oh, someone's already here. Or not. Valenial here... Valenial is both a blessing and a curse when grinding in Crawler's Nest. It's that AoE he tends to do that is going to be an absolute pain in the butt. Not entirely sure we want Sakura here. And thunder ourselves. This is gonna hurt. These guys should give out 1,000 or so experience. Not bad, to be honest. These things are weak to stone. But honestly, even these guys are not terrible to try and kill. It's not like we can summon an NM with ordering all these things. Yeah, 700 experience. That's pretty good for all things considered. Especially considering it's only, you know, 6,000 to the next level. But that's honestly why Crawler's Nest is considered one of the... Oh great, I accidentally drew both of them. This is a problem. But with that being said, I've got some grinding to do. Like I said, we kind of need to get to level 50, which should be all, which is completely doable inside of Crawler's Nest here. Mainly because we have a limit break to do next time. So, having said that, we got Davoi done, Paladin unlocked, and and we'll see you all next time. Till then, we'll see you tonight for more tomorrow. Bright and early at 12:30 in the morning. Midnight 30. For more Deus Ex Human Revolution.